with you about the news. Most of it, especially local news, is really bad. And it's very depressing. And you watch it first thing in the morning or last thing at night before you go to bed. These are very precious times in your brain to be formulating ideas, being positive, and that's not the first thing you want to hear. So let's just go on a news diet. I'm not saying turn it off forever, but maybe give me 4 weeks, okay? Click, turn off the news. Well, what then do you fill that hole with? Click, turn on some inspirational, motivational people. Some of my favorite, Zig Ziglar. Oh, have you ever watched him? He's got great ideas. John Maxwell, Les Brown, Marianne Williamson. The list is enormous. Choose any one of them, put that into your head. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. If you like to read a book, that's a good time to do it instead of the newspaper. Instead of worrying about all the things around the world, which are always terrible. That's why they sell newspapers. I want to hear inspirational and motivational. So then the next thing that you do is, how do you get better? Well, you ever put money in the bank? Yeah, they do that because the interest grows. Otherwise, you could put it under your mattress. Well, when you start to invest in yourself, things start to grow and change. What you focus on expands. So if you're focused on all the negative, puny, petty problems and guess what? It's all you talk about. That's all you are. If you take and you turn that on its head and you look and focus on things that are amazing, how do I achieve? How do I give back? How do I create? Then that's what indeed you're focused. You can't do it all. Your brain just doesn't let you do that. In fact, think about this. Pitch black room, right? You got one flashlight. You walk into the room. You shine it that way. There's a pile of dog poop over there. You think this is a pretty crappy room, huh? Well, I walked in that same room and I took my flashlight and I shined it over there, and there's a pile of gold. I think this is a pretty extraordinary room. Turns out we're in the exact same room. Now, if you've never heard any of this again, ever, you're going to want to watch this again. Because you go, wow, wait a second, what did she just say? That turn off the news and invest in yourself. By the way, when you start to invest in yourself, it's exponential. Here's a couple of ways that I've invested in myself. I go to seminars. Some of these are very expensive. They're thousands of dollars. Why would you do that for a couple of days? Because every time I get myself in one of those rooms, every time I invest in myself, every time I read a good book or I hear a good speech, something in me explodes and changes, and usually it equates to money. Some idea I have is put into motion. So every day in every way, I spend 15 minutes when I wake up reading or listening to something. Most of it's free. Go to YouTube. All those speeches are right there. You live in an amazing time. The most important thing, though, is that you take advantage of it. And then my question is, do you have a coach? Oh, you're doing well enough you don't need a coach, huh? Let me ask you a question. Have you heard of Serena Williams? Yeah, pretty good tennis player. No, she's the world's greatest tennis player. I know her. She and I are in business together with a Cool Towel product at Home Shopping. She has a tennis coach. Oh, baby, I wouldn't want to be that person. How do you coach the very best in the world? Because you're not her. That's why anybody has a coach. That's why Kobe Bryant has a coach. It's somebody who sees the game from a different perspective and helps you maneuver along and makes you what? Makes you better. So now you've invested in a coach. You're reading and listening to good material. Now the next thing you do, you want to invest in a mastermind. Oh, you know, a couple of years ago, I didn't know what that word meant. A mastermind is when like-minded people get together, hopefully of even different perspectives, different jobs. You get to talk about what you're up to and people give you their feedback and their ideas. That is one of the most powerful life and business things I have ever done, was to invest in a mastermind, in seminars, in a coach. Didn't we start out today talking about the definition of success? Yeah, if you want that, you're going to take your game to a whole nother level, and that is my tip for the day.
Got it.